Callies. Oh my gosh, you know, it's always fun when the underdog wins, and it's even more fun when our own Justin Timberlake does such a fabulous performance. It was so awesome. So thank you for joining us this morning on this Monday morning, helping to make the Mid-South safe. That is the mission of our first guest this morning, he and his wife, and they are being joined by so many other organizations in and around the Mid-South to do just that. This morning, they want to arm you with the information you need to make sure your kids are safe. Joining us this morning is Brian Callies. Good morning, and his lovely wife. Thank you for joining us,
Good
Brian
morning.
and Alynda. Thank you for joining us this morning. So, you know,
We're honored to be here.
Well,
Thank you so much.
well, did you get any sleep last night, or did you go to bed at a reasonable hour?
I never go to bed at a reasonable
You
hour.
did? I know, right? Yeah. Me
I'm a guy,
either.
you know, we always stay up late.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know, I just love what you guys are doing, because it is something I think that a lot of parents don't think about. You know, we've got the immunizations, we've got all the things that they need to do and have to enter into school, but how often do you think, do I have a card with all their pertinent information on it?
True. So at the Brian Callies Foundation, basically what we do is try to save lost kids. That's our mission. And so when you start to rewind the clock and try to figure out how many kids went missing last year and why they went missing, and we try to go through that, we found out that child ID cards, or the photos especially, are one of the #1 things we can do to help try to find them once they get lost, especially at an early stage. That's what the critical time is, that first few hours there, in the first few days especially. And so the picture is a big key.
Right.
Most parents that have cell phones have the capability of taking pictures all the time. So another thing, in addition to the IDs we suggest, is just if parents would take pictures of their kids, like before they go to an event, like a big public event or somewhere they might be lost. Not a glamour shot picture. I mean a picture of what they really look like.
Yeah,
then
because
that
you
helps a lot.
forget. I mean, and I know you have experienced this. I mean, you look down, your kids are gone, and the first thing, what in the world do they have on? I mean, I experienced that just a few weeks ago in a big store, and I, for the life of me, couldn't remember what they had on. I mean, if you had held a gun against my head and said, what do your kids have on, I would have had to say, I don't know, because your mind just goes blank, you know?
So we're so excited. We got all kinds of events. Last year, we hit around 140 events total.
Wow.
And this year, our goal is to double that. And what we do is we try to provide just information to parents. So we have all our booths set up. We have all kinds of safety information on how the children not to be a victim, you know, parents what to look out for, and all kinds of things to try to prevent children from getting lost. That's the goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
And but one of the most critical ones is to try to get a communication going between the parents and the child. You know, of all the kids that went missing last year, 90% ran away from home. So that's a vast majority.
Wow.
And of those that ran away from home, most of the time they ran away because there's something they couldn't deal with at home with their parents. So trying to, parents, I'll just urge you that if we could always try to keep that communication going. That's one of the biggest keys.
Yeah. And Alynda, you guys work with the Sheriff's Department, you work with the Police Department, you work with a number of community organizations to provide these child safety ID kits, and they are free.
Yes, totally free.
So when you get one of these kits, what does it entail?
What it entails is
Pictures,
fingerprints.
Gotcha.
And nothing is saved. We don't keep any of the information.
Okay, very good. And things that really a parent needs to have, and a lot of times they may not have.
Yeah. So I mean, it has all the details about the child, you know, any marks and things like that, height, weights, and we do all that for free at the events.
Very good.
And it's a really important tool that parents can have with them. So if the child ever goes missing for any reason, they have it immediately available.
Absolutely. And I don't mean to take this off of you, but
please do.
Can I show it?
Sure.
Because this is does it have any information I shouldn't show?
You're
okay,
welcome to.
this is kind of what they look like, isn't it? Okay, do you see that?
A little bit different. This one is, so we partner with a lot of different groups. So that's one of our biggest ways of addressing this issue is by partnerships.
Okay.
Together we can make a difference. That's what
okay,
we do.
together we can make a difference. Okay.
And so this one is actually, I'm clergy for Memphis Police Department is one of the things that we do.
He wears so many hats, literally and physically. I love that.
I've got a big hat rack at home.
Wow.
So, but these partnerships are the key. Because you know, the more of these things we can get people involved and interactions with, and the parents realizing where the issues are, we can hopefully head this whole thing into a different direction.
Absolutely. Do you feel, since the Brian Callies Foundation has come into order, do you feel like we've made some progress?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we're starting to do a lot of schools now.
Good.
So
Good.
One of the schools I went to, and it starts the same way every time. So we ask them some questions like, you know, where safety-wise, would you do this?
Okay.
What would happen in this situation?
Okay.
Answer's wrong every time.
Wow.
So we went back to another school, or that same school later, about 8 months later, and we started asking the same questions. Let's see how much they retained. And then they were just bang on telling me these answers. So you wouldn't go with me if I was a stranger and I asked you to come with me, and this is a little, you know, 5th graders. Would you come with me if I have, like, I got some candy in the car, would you help me get it out of the car? And they're, oh no, we were taught not to do that, see?
Boy, that has to warm your heart.
Oh, yes. Anything we can do that will actually be something to head this thing off, and the children actually know what to look out for. That was brilliant.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. And the reality, I think, is, and we talked about this, Brian and Alynda, the world is not what it used to be. I mean, we used to run free in the neighborhoods and you know, play, you know, but you just can't do that anymore. You can't be too cautious with your kids.
I agree.
So,
I think the trends are that it's probably not tremendously more uncommon.
Okay.
It's just it's becoming more and more dangerous, let's say, as far as like some of the more dangerous things that are happening to the children.
Right.
There's always been runaways.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about runaways, and they get a lot into sex trafficking and all this kind of bad things that actually happen. So, and that's kind of why I think God called us to do this, just to help us to I know He's got a big heart for children.
Yeah.
So that's why He asked us to get on board and do something.
That's beautiful, and you do too. And you've got a great event. And in fact, let's show that event because it's coming up. It's free.
Yes, absolutely free.
It's Wolf Chase Toyota Child Safety Day. They'll provide ID kits for your kids, along with a ton of other stuff that will be provided that day.
We got free gun locks, and I mean, we partner with so many different groups that offer some of the things that we can do for free. So everything's free. I'll come out. Thank you, Toyota, for supporting and partnering with us, especially Wolf Chase Toyota. Thank you.
Absolutely. It's from 10 to 2 this Saturday at Wolf Chase Toyota, making a difference together with the Brian Callies Foundation. Brian, thank you so much for being with us this morning. So appreciate it. Alynda, thank you so much. And I do want to point out, Brian and Alynda do not have kids. This is a mission they feel that was put on their hearts both from God. So thank you for what you're doing for those of us who have kids and are so much so grateful. So we so appreciate it. Thank you so much. Coming up today in today's show, discover the real beauty of Chilean French female artist who made a major mark in modern art and design. We go live inside the Dixon and gather your little sprouts. Isn't that darling? I love it. Gather your little sprouts. We're going to head to the Dixon to tell you about a brand new interactive program for your toddlers. Plus, the Nexus of Strange. We're going to meet the Mid-South author that takes us through the hall.